All right, man, we back. Man, we back. Episode 3.
Third time's the charm.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man.
Baby.
Y'all already know who it is, what it is, man. Man, let's just go ahead and just get right into it, bro. We had some good weekend events. Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Man, UFC was off the chain, but let's go ahead and start with the boxing part of it. Frampton and Conlon, man, they put on a good show. Frampton scored a 7-round TKO. Yeah, man. Shit, I mean, Frampton, he had a fight on his hands though, but
Frampton put on a good show. Frampton put on a good show. Conlon needs to reevaluate some things, man.
Yeah. I mean, he put on a show.
That guy he was in with was nowhere near his level, and for some reason, bro, something was off with him, man. You don't think so?
Yeah, I think, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think peer pressure getting to him a little bit. I kind of think he got his eye on the title so bad at 122 that he overlooked this guy. He been overlooking a couple of opponents, you know what I mean? I think he just not taking the fights that he have in front of him as serious because they're not really fights that he fighting up to his competition. That's what I think. I think he talented all across the board. I just think that he not fighting up to his ability right now just because of the talent he got in front of. That's what I think.
Well, he's a talented guy, but he lacks pop for real. Because I mean, he should have mashed the gas on that guy a little sooner. You saw he couldn't take it to the body. A lot of those shots that referee was calling low were borderline, and his opponent was milking it. You know what I'm saying? To me, he was milking it, and you kind of saw with how the fight ended that those body shots were hurting him, and he really just quit.
Yeah, he did quit. I mean, he could have stepped on the gas. He could have put a little bit more into his shots early on and got him out the way. But I don't know, man. I just think that he wasn't that interested in the fight. I just think that he was in there to do his job, go home, and because if you notice, as soon as the fight was over, he instantly went into, in his post-fight interview, he instantly went into Leo, and he instantly went into the other, what's his name? Fulton, I think his name is, Fulton. He instantly went into those fights being on the horizon. So I don't think that he was really into this one. I think he just thought that he had it in the bag. He was going to do his job, go home, but he could have gotten him out the way earlier, but he just wasn't. He wasn't in him this weekend. Frampton, on the other hand,
that'll get you beat, man. And it doesn't bode well for him, man. The guys who make it in this sport, who become great, are guys who can turn it on no matter the opponent. They're there to put on a show, and it troubles me if what you're saying is true. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting up because of the competition. If you're looking forward to a title at 122, then you should be trying to put your best foot forward. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I just think, and I'm hoping I'm right, but you just never know with fighters. But I think Conlon, he fight way better than that. I seen him do way better against better competition, to be honest with you. But I don't think he was in there. Frampton, on the other hand, I want to go back to Frampton because, Frampton showed me that he could compete at 130. He showed me he can compete at 130, even though, he had a little bit of a, dude came to fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like that he just had somebody that just was going to take a whole bunch of punches and just he was going to roll over him. Dude put some resistance up and he did his thing. So he showed me a lot. So I'm curious because that sets up the WBO junior lightweight title with Herring. So what you think about that? You think what you've seen in Frampton this weekend is enough to convince you that him and Frampton will be a good fight at 130?
Him and Herring will be a good fight?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think, I mean, Frampton and anybody is a good fight because unlike Conlon, what you said about Conlon, the opposite is true with Frampton. He comes to fight every time, no matter who's the ring in the other corner. Come in, he's gonna give you his A+. and it's generally a good scrap. So it to me, him and Jamel Herring is a good fight. It's a good fight. I like it for both fighters. I wish if there was an opportunity for fans to attend, that'd be a good payday for Jamel Herring. You know what I'm saying? It'd be something for him to hang his hat on. I think it's a toss-up fight, actually.
You think it's a toss-up?
I don't see a heavy. Yeah, I don't lean one way real heavy, one way or the other. It's one of those scraps where the best man on that night he can come out on top.
I feel you on that. Let's go into the Showtime card that we had on the same night. Benavidez and Angulo. Let's just start with Rolling, man. We got to start with Rolling. And we work our way up.
Benavidez and Angulo definitely was not the story that night. The story was Rolling.
Oh, man, come on. And what killed me is about the guy. I was looking at the fight, right? And I'm like, this Rolly is clearly getting outboxed. You know, he clearly getting outboxed. I'm talking about from the opening bell to the closing bell.
In the words of old boy from Dallas, clearly.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and then to listen at him talk how he talked and how cocky he was. And I'm all for fighters being cocky. I'm all for fighters being like real confident in what they do. But man, you can't be confident in what you do and be that cocky, man. Not after that kind of performance, bro. Let's just keep it real, bro.
You got your ears boxed off, man.
Let's just keep it real. You're not beating Tank.
Ears boxed off, bro.
You're not beating Tank. You're not beating Garcia. You're not beating none of these guys you called out, man. So at the end of the day, what you doing, bro? Like, and to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a fan of him at first, but after watching how he took this victory and how he didn't really acknowledge the fact that it's one thing to
got
think
some stuff to work on.
Yeah, and then it's one thing to look at the fight and come out of the fight and say, you know what, I think I did enough to win. And to clearly know, bro, that you wasn't landing hardly anything. You understand what I'm saying? Of value when you actually threw it. You was getting outboxed. You was getting outpunched in pretty much all of the stats from what I was reading. And you coming out of that thinking that you did your job. Nah, bro, you didn't do your job. And to say that you ready to beat everybody and everybody's scared of you for what? You just showed, bro, you have power, but you don't even know how to put that power where it need to be for it to be effective. And I just think it was a black eye on the sport, man, because old boy, what's his name? Marinez, that's how you pronounce his name? Marinez or whatever, bro. I think that, man, those kind of decisions hurt careers. You understand? Especially a 29-year-old fighter who, have like 300 plus amateur fights or whatever. Going pro, he had some ups and downs in his career. I think when it come down to his record, but this late in a fighter's career to lose to somebody who his record was I'm trying to see. Rolly going into that fight was
They were both undefeated, man.
No, I don't think he was undefeated, bro, to be honest with you. I know Rolly was undefeated, but I'm talking about the other one. What's his name? Let me see.
Marinez.
No, when I say ups and downs, I'm talking about like some close decisions and stuff like that. To be 29 and to lose somebody that's pretty much an upstart that's on his way up, to get a decision stole like that from him, bro, I think that shit was just, that wasn't cool, bro. You know what I mean? So what's your take on it? What you think about it?
Man, look, at the end of the day, boxing is a sport. You know what I'm saying? I understand that they wanted to keep the hype train rolling with Romero, but I don't care what it is. I hear people saying, yeah, he needed to knock him out. Why? Is boxing a sport or is it the WWE? Because if it's a sport, if we're playing basketball and it's 1 second left on the clock and I hit that buzzer beat and I win by a point, it's just like if I beat you by 10 or blew you out by 20. So these types of things cannot continue to happen in the sport. But hey, when the fight ended, man, I said, hey, either Rolly lost or Floyd bought this one, man. At the end of the day, it's the money team.
You're right about that one, bro. You're right about that one. I mean, it's really nothing else to say about that one, bro. That was just blatant, man. It was blatant, and I just feel like, old boy, bro, he deserved that decision, man. But like boxing, bro, you know, they always come up with disappointing decisions. I think it need to be investigated. I think they really need to look at the cast of characters. And I get tired of hearing commentators and different people say, oh man, the experience of this judge and the experience of that judge, and he been around for 100 years and all this other stuff, to make them that gives them passes of making these kind of mistakes. Man, it need to be investigated.
That kid was 19-0, man. And
yeah,
he suffered his first career loss, which wasn't a loss. That knocks him further down than a loss would have knocked Romero down.
But that's what I'm saying. Even in his early on in his career, he had some tough decisions that almost didn't go his way. So it's not like he had an easy road to get to that 19-0 is what I'm saying. But this loss right here put him back so far behind that if Rolly would have took this loss, man, it wouldn't have hurt him as much. And I just feel like they stole it from him. And you got to remember, old boy, 29 years old. You know, he on the tail end of his career.
They did, but you know what though? I think he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt, man. And people that know he won the fight, he's got to get it can go one of two ways. You know what I'm saying? He can get some more opportunities, you know, given to him by a sanctioning body, or guys could see it and say, damn, man, this kid can box a little too good for me to go in there and risk it. You know, that low risk, that low reward, high risk type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want him to run it back, though. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's a long shot, but I want him to run it back and see what happens.
No, Floyd not going to let that boy in the same area code with him no more.
Nah.
We got Benavidez, Angulo, man. Benavidez, brother. My coke boy. Man, he let me down. He probably should have took a little bit of that weight loss powder before he got there, man, because he lost the title on the scales before he even stepped in the ring, Doc.
I know, bro. Like, that was disappointing to me. And to say that this dude's 23 years old, bro. He only 23 years old, man, and he done been through all of these ups and downs in his career already, bro. It's like, it's crazy to me. Like, he got busted for cocaine use, lost his title. He ended up, now he not making weight at 168, lost his title again. You know what I'm saying? And then you come in to a fight, basically a cruiserweight, and it took you 12 rounds to put this guy away that actually made weight.
A bad body cruiserweight at that.
Phew, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so to me, I wasn't impressed about it. I mean, we ain't got to touch on it too long, but I just feel like Benavidez, he turning out to be kind of a disappointment to me at this point. I think that he's showing us his true colors. I just want them, before he go up to 175, because I think it's inevitable at this point, I think that he need to go ahead and get that Killer Plant fight out of the way, whether he got a title or not. I just think they need to just get that off their chest. And they just need to...
I'm gonna tell you one thing about that Caleb Plant not going nowhere near that boy, because no matter how undisciplined he may be, no matter how much cocaine might go up them nostrils, that boy got hands. And
he got hands.
I don't think Caleb Plant, and on Saturday night, he still was throwing them motherfuckers.
Oh, he got hands.
Caleb Plant was happy. Is happier than, in the words of Don King, a sissy in Boys Town.
Oh yeah.
Benavidez lost that title on the scale, man. He couldn't have been more thrilled, buddy. Because that's his way out of this thing. He got an easy road to unification unless somehow Benavidez comes back in there and gets that title. I don't know how, but
I don't think
stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's boxing, so you never know. I mean, at the end of the day, we done seen a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So he might end up getting it back. He might not. I just think that at this point, he either fight Plant or move up to 175 and just go after them Russians, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like.
If Benavidez goes up to 175, where does that leave Caleb Plant?
Basically fighting for a vacant
What
title.
options does he have?
I mean, he can go to. There's really nothing there to be real at 170. I mean, 160, 168 besides Canelo. You know, who else they have? They have Callum Smith at 168, I believe. You got
Hey, why you ponder that? Let me run something by you though. Benavidez going up to 175 could set up the matchup that I always wanted to see at 168. Him versus Zerto, man. Ramirez.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he got fights. He got fights to go up there and do some damage. And even straight go into a title if he wanted to go into a title, bro. He can go into a title too.
Think about the promotion for that fight though.
Oh yeah.
Ramirez, they call him the cowboy or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got Benavidez, man. You know the name of that fight gonna be, don't you?
What? Look, you got Billy Joe
Cocaine
Saunders.
Cowboy.
Yep, you right. Look, you got Billy Joe Saunders at 168 too. Matter of fact, Billy Joe Saunders is a WBO champ at 168.
Yeah, but Joe Saunders really has his heart set on
Canelo.
Trying to get Canelo in the ring.
Nah, it ain't gonna happen now.
But I don't. Yeah, Caleb Plant needs a big fight, man. I'm just wondering who's it gonna be.
Yeah, I'm thinking. If anything, it could be Billy Joe Saunders. I doubt it. Callum Smith, like I said. Let me see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Caleb Plant and Danny Jacobs at 168. He got him ranked. They got him. The WBO got Danny Jacobs ranked at number 3. The WBC got him ranked at number 4, and the IBF, which is the title that Caleb Plant got him ranked at number 8. So I don't know. I mean, it's not nothing too much there. It's a few little fights that we could see. We just have to see how it go. But Benavidez should go to 178 and just stop playing with the scales, man, because he's gonna be suffering. We got DAZN, and they horrible.
I want to see Cocaine Cowboys, man. I want to see Cocaine Cowboys in the ring.
The DAZN ref job that they had on Saturday, that was a horrible ref job, man. Dude clearly got knocked out in the it should have ended in the 9th round, but Maradrov or whatever his name was.
Let me stop you right there. It could have ended in the 9th round, but that guy tackled him, man.
No, he didn't tackle him. No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't. If you look at the replay, the dude's shoulder barely touched him.
He hit him and then Goldberg, man.
Walker was knocked out in the air, bro.
That was a perfect form tackle.
Man, Walker was knocked out in the air. How was it a form tackle, man? And Walker was knocked out in the air before the shoulder.
First of all, he was stepping on his feet. He was stepping on his feet while he hit him.
Come on, man. So you in favor of the ref? The ref did his job. The ref did his job.
Yeah, I mean,
no way in the world.
It didn't affect the outcome of the fight.
It almost did though.
Lose?
No, he didn't lose, but he went more rounds than what he was supposed to. That's what he did.
That's his fault, man. Be under control, man. You on that wilder shit, man, running and swinging and falling and man, come on.
So basically, you saying the ref did his job over there, right? We gonna disagree.
Did his job.
Well, we gonna disagree.
I disagree.
So on the same card, McCaskill beats Braekhus, man. Gave up first loss. took all of her titles at at welterweight, and now McCaskill is the undisputed welterweight champion. Gave her first loss, and Braekhus, she was cool with it. She was cool with it, man. She was real humble in her loss. She danced with the idea of retiring, and I think she did good for the sport. I would have liked to see her fight like Clarissa Shields and a couple other people, but it didn't happen. If she do decide to retire,
hey, that's great. Hey, this shit like the WNBA for me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cool if that's what you like.
Yeah, you know it ain't fair.
But
it ain't fair, buddy.
Me personally, yeah,
I feel you. Nikita Bobby White Chocolate, he had a stiff test on the same card. He his challenger, man, his fighter, his opposition, bro. He fought his little pole hard out, man. It just didn't work out, man. White Chocolate, man, he did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. I was looking for a spectacular knockout, but it didn't happen. Old boy came and walked right to White Chocolate, bro, the beginning of the fight, and punched him dead in the mouth. And once I seen that shit, I just knew it was all over with. That old boy was gonna fight the whole 8 rounds, man, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened, man. He started throwing them hands once. One thing I know, man, if somebody came to not get knocked out, he ain't getting knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? The worst thing you can tell a fighter before it's all over with, hey man, you just here for a showcase. Bro, somebody must have told him that in the back, and he came out and he was just like, well, ain't nobody gonna shine on me today. And he just went off, man. And I'm talking about, bro, as soon as the bell rung, he walked over to Nikita, man, and just punched him dead in his shit. I'm just like, oh shit, okay, well, I guess we gonna have a fight. And that's what happened. So he fought to a decision. He did his thing, and I didn't really learn too much from it. I learned that Nikita, he could fight, with a little bit of opposition because he was knocking everybody out, but he did his thing. And I think that was it, man. I think that was pretty much it.
But something that's catching my attention, man, too. Sometimes, man, you got two guys who are good fighters. You know what I'm saying? They put on good fights, but when they take that step up, they just can't ever seem to get over the hump. But when you put two guys like that together, I think we were talking about last episode. We talked about Andre Berto, and we talked about Ortiz, and then you talk about Berto and Guerrero. All those guys were guys who couldn't just take that next step, but right there on their level, they're really good. And when you match them against another guy of that ilk, they make great fights, man. We got something like that on the horizon in the heavyweight division. You got Chris Arreola and Andy Ruiz.
Ooh, that's gonna be a fight there, man.
What you thinking about that?
Man, I'm thinking, man, it's gonna be balls to the wall, man. I'm a lot of people sleeping on this fight. A lot of people think Chris Arreola, bro, is over the hill. A lot of people think he'd have been through a lot of wars. I agree to an extent, but I think some people rise to the occasion with certain people. And I think Andy Ruiz and him will be a good fight for me. First of all, it's gonna be a fan favorite fight. It's gonna be a fan friendly fight. It's gonna be a fight where they gonna both go in there and throw punches. They go both go in there looking for a knockout to take their head off, and it's gonna be a rock'em sock'em type of fight.
Look, man, Chris Arreola's got a face made for a boxer, bro. He going in that thing nose first every time. He don't care, and he gonna be punching. And then you got Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? He's seen Andy Ruiz, man. He had the best night of his life against Joshua, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. But, he came back down to earth that next fight. He's got to be hungry, man. A victory over Chris Arreola usually propels heavyweights back to title shots. So
I agree with that.
It's gonna be two guys. It's gonna be two guys in that thing, man. Really scrappy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, man. I mean, like I said, I agree. I think that it's gonna be a fight to put, first of all, put Ruiz back where he needs to be in the heavyweight picture, even though it's against somebody who haven't competed for a title in a minute. It's gonna definitely be a fight to watch. I'm definitely gonna tune in, man. And speaking of the heavyweights, the WBC put a deadline on Wilder and Fury 3 and elevated Provodnikov and Dylan White up to an interim title fight now. So I don't know.
Vicky.
Yeah, nah, because right now, like, you know what I'm saying, Fury got the WBC title, but they elevated Provodnikov, Povetkin and White. Yeah, I'm tripping. Povetkin, they elevated that title fight that's happening this weekend. They elevated it up to an interim title. So what I'm trying to figure out is when is Wilder and Fury gonna get off their horses, man, and figure out what the hell going on with this fight, man? If they gonna do it, they're not gonna do it. What's gonna happen? What's going on?
I'm not worried about that, man. You know what I think is going on here? These guys are not trying to fight with no fans because they know the money pot is gonna be affected. You know what I'm saying? I think they're waiting this thing out, trying to see where it's going, and trying to wait it out until they can have a packed house in there and do it. That's what I think's going on. And I don't think the WBC is gonna got enough pressure to put on them boys, man. They talking about big bucks, man. They really not worried about. Well, maybe Fury is motivated by the belt, but I know Wilder. He's trying to get them. He's trying to get them M's.
Yeah.
So if maybe Fury takes a some kind of mandatory to keep the WBC if he has to. I don't know.
I think.
Or is Wilder the fight they're ordering? I don't know how they could order that fight if they've already fought twice.
That's what I said too. That's what I'm saying. Like, the deadline is it have to be before February 2021 or something to that effect. But my thing is the title matters. The title, the WBC title matters in that fight. For one, Wilder lost it. Two, it validates Fury in every way possible. He already have a Hall of Fame career.
He got it.
He already have a Hall of Fame career, but somebody to give the guy who you beat another shot, beat him again, but beat him decisively, and not allow him to get his title back. The title makes the story of the fight to me. So I think that Fury will do more to keep.
Wait a minute. He's already beat him twice. To me,
yeah, but to you, but not
twice.
to you, but not to the public, is what I'm saying. So I think the title validates Fury at this point. He ain't really worrying about the money. He already.
Public.
Yeah, to the public.
Not to the Wilder fanboys.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
but to the public.
Yeah. So right now, I guess right now it validates him. So I think he'll fight whatever. I think the WBC have a little bit of weight, but it depends on how. It really depends on how the White and Povetkin fight play out. To be honest with you. All right. So what you think about
JB? Your man, your guy, Adrian the Problem Broner, man. I know you know what I'm saying. It's a boxing show. He keeps weaseling his way into the headlines, man, even without fighting, even without winning, as I stated since 2017. He makes headlines, man. He went on Vlad TV, okay? And it's a pretty long interview, but the segment that stood out to me, a conversation piece, and it's really an interesting discussion. He stated that he's had a Hall of Fame career already. Talk to me.
Bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, I heard him say it. That boy clearly delusional, man. Let's just keep it real. Let's call a spade a spade. I know, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way real, bro. I know some fighters gonna watch this shit and think that we don't matter. We do matter. Fans do matter. Our opinion matters to a degree, because if we wasn't a fan of y'all wouldn't be getting paid. That's just a fact. So what I'm about to say is not necessarily biased or even disrespectful, but I just feel like he haven't had a Hall of Fame career. And I think fighters, especially him, you know, he think that he did more and he didn't accomplish what he, you know, he have some idea of how his career went that everybody else haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out, what did he do besides being 4 division champ in 4 different weight classes and made a whole bunch of money? What did you do to make your career a Hall of Fame career? Who did you beat? What did you do?
All right, JB, I'm gonna counter you. I'm gonna counter you right here, because the name of that place is the Hall of what?
Fame.
Fame. And ain't no more famous guy in the game than Adrian Broner right now. Another thing is, he's got the hardware to back it up, as you stated. Four-time champ, four different weight classes. You know, he's very skilled. And if you go back to my age-old barometer of the Hall of Fame, I quote, if Arturo Gatti is in the Hall of Fame, baby, hey, ain't no limit. Anybody can get in that thing.
You right. You right.
Anybody can get in that thing. Hey,
I'll give you that.
I'm telling you, man, it's truly the Hall of Fame, because what other reason is Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame for? He's known by people liked him. He was popular.
Yeah. But I still say, I still think too, even though the Hall of Fame by the name, you know, it's based on fame and, you know, recognition. But I just think that when you say Hall of Fame, man, you talking about greatness. I still equate the Hall of Fame to greatness.
In football, in baseball, yeah. In boxing, not so much.
Not as you say it like that.
Just like that decision we saw it in on the Showtime card, man. Hey, your name matters. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Not as you say it like that. It makes sense. It makes sense. So I mean, I guess I can't knock him for thinking that he had a Hall of Fame career, but I still feel like, okay, if you had a Hall of Fame career, man, I think stats and accomplishment go with all that. But you make a good point. Speaking of,
you know what it is? That dude just disappointed you so bad because you had high hopes for him. He got so much talent, and you saw so much more for him, and he didn't meet your expectations. So that's you holding that against him.
Yeah, man, he didn't meet my expectations. I thought the boy was every year I say, man, this the year that Adrian Broner gonna take over boxing. And that shit never played the way it's supposed to play.
Well, we in 2020, baby. And
he been taking over boxing for the last 5 years.
2020 keeps getting weirder, bro, because I never thought I'd see this day, man.
I know, bro.
One of my top welterweight in the game, Terrence Crawford, that's an unpopular opinion. I thought he wanted all the smoke, man. I never thought I'd see the day, man. It's some reports Keith Thurman is wanting to get it on with the guy. He's become a popular guy now. Crawford, at first, he couldn't get a fight, man. Them guys from PBC was talking about size of the street, you know, this, that, and the third, and Crawford was on the wrong side. So, but now, man, Porter was considering it, and now Keith Thurman is seriously talking about wanting to fight Crawford, but Crawford's trainer got him in these streets looking bad, man.
He
went on some show, I don't know the name. He went on some show and said that it wouldn't be worth it to go to camp and get ready for a fight with Keith Thurman that don't mean nothing.
That's what he said.
I mean,
that's what he said. That don't make no sense to me.
Does he know? Yeah, so unless he's fighting another champion in his next fight, I don't want to see it then. If you can't fight Keith Thurman, don't fight Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? That's preposterous to me.
Don't fight Gary Russell. Or don't fight Gary Russell, which is being talked about as we speak. Why is he fighting?
It's a crock of shit. It's a crock of shit.
Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense, bro. And I don't want to ever hear Terrence Crawford, and I love Terrence Crawford. I like his style, I like everything about the guy, man. But I don't never want to hear him talk about PBC, Al Heyman, and these fighters don't want to get it on with him ever again. Because you had Porter seemingly trying to put a fight together with him. I'm not going to say he denied it, and I'm not saying that he didn't want to fight, which he said he wanted to fight, but he also said that he'll fight any other the top welterweights. And now you see Thurman knocking on his door. And Bomac basically said, man, why are we going to train for him and we could be training for the champ? So at the end of the day, he ain't fighting Pacquiao. He ain't fighting Spence. So who you going to fight? You going to sit on the sidelines forever? Sit on the sidelines forever, but don't use the other side of the street as a talking point at this point now. Don't use it. You know what I mean? You ain't got the room no more because your trainer got you out there looking crazy.
Got you out here looking bad, man.
Looking bad,
got
bro.
You out here looking bad in these boxing internet streets, man.
And if you think Look, he ain't, and I'm gonna say this to Crawford right now. So if you think he ain't got you, if you think your trainer don't have you out here bad, come on the show, man. Come on the show and clear it up. You understand? Because when another pay-per-view come out, I'm probably gonna pay for it. So convince me that I need to pay for a pay-per-view that you fighting Gary Russell or you fighting somebody else and it's not named Keith Thurman or somebody like Porter.
Let's touch on that, man. What is up with Gary Russell, bro? He's becoming some kind of what is this, man? He keep putting out videos talking crazy, insulting everybody and their mama. Just
clout chasing, man. Clout chasing, bro. That's all that is.
Just mad disrespectful, man.
Clout chasing, bro, like everybody else. It's a clout chasing generation. That's just how I go, dog.
Oh man. So I don't even want to really give it no justice after I originally planned to talk about was Crawford Russell Russell Jr. a real possibility, but since Bomac stated that, he answered our question. No, it's not a possibility.
Yeah, it's not a possibility.
That fight makes absolutely zero sense. And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Me either, man. All right, man. Let's get into this Maul and Mel situation, man. About this IG live, Facebook live, back and forth situation. I don't know what was going on. I don't know this blue blood guy. I don't know none of this. I don't know the particulars of the situation. But what I do know is what I heard. And what I heard was, and I'm going from the source. I'm going from Jamal to Jamel Maul. You feel me? Basically, Maul said something about I ain't worrying about the ringside with the Lions channel and all this and all that. That ain't my channel. I'm Big Charlo, yada, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. Next thing you know, Jamel get on there hooting, hollering, tripping.
My boy.
About, yeah, man, this my channel. I put time and effort into it, you know what I'm saying? You need to check your bitch, and all that old shit. Like he was going in, like he was doing what he do. I feel like, and I like both guys, I feel like I just hate to see that they doing it publicly, bro. Like, and I don't necessarily, and I understand male perspective on getting upset with people taking a story and running with it because they didn't really know the situation. But that comes with the territory, man, when you doing it out in the public, bro.
Hey, that ain't Mel's fault. If
it's not his fault.
Charlo, if Jamal Charlo don't get on this motherfucker talking about lines on the business, it ain't no story to run with. So Jamel gave him what he wanted, baby. Hey, look, I ain't no little car, nigga. What you talking about? Huh?
Yeah, I'm Big Twin. I'm Big Twin. I'm Big Twin. I'm Big Twin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just
what?
Man, I hate to see it, bro, but it is what it is.
Look here, you know who I'm riding with, and I ain't got a problem if they want to make big money and have a sibling rivalry, baby. Let's get it on. Fight. Shit. Yeah. Hey, brothers fight all the time, man.
You right.
Might as well get paid.
But they ain't gonna never do it, man. That just is what it is. Let's go into the UFC right now. You feel me? We're gonna go TJ Brown and Herbert Burns. They missed weight. They both lost 20% of their fight purse. Pineda knocked out Herbert Burns, which was I wasn't disappointed because I don't like fighters who lose. Matter of fact, both fighters who miss weight lost. So I was happy about that. Chavez beat TJ Brown by decision. Panita beat.
I don't like when fighters miss weight. You know what I'm saying? Then they go ahead and they eat and they feeling, they got more energy than the guy who actually made weight, man.
That's what I'm saying. So I got a little bit of pleasure.
Come in. Yeah.
I got a little bit of pleasure of them boys losing, so that worked out for me. The Santos, she just got smashed in the second round. I don't know. I really can't tell you if he can even bounce back at this point. He done been knocked out I think the last 3 times or whatever. I think it's time for him to hang it up. And my boy, the Sugar Show, man, Sean O'Malley, bro, he lost. He got injured. He re-injured something.
You talked him up.
Yeah, with his foot. I thought he was good. No, it wasn't that though, man. I think he still got potential. I mean, he ain't the first superstar to go down with an injury. He ain't gonna be the last, but
right. Hey, I'm just saying, man, we don't need to start a curse of the hurt business, man.
No, man. I'm gonna make sure that I don't put too much on him. But Conor McGregor, he went out early in his career with with an injury too, so he'll bounce back. Let me see. Daniel Cormier, he lost against Miocic by decision. After the fight, it was a good fight, but after the fight, Cormier said that he only interested in fighting for titles, so he just seemingly retired, which I understand. He done been through a lot in his career. He did a lot. He accomplished a lot. I think it was that time. I know you feel a certain kind of way about him, but it is what it is, man. He out, and
Hey, this is my Minister Farrakhan face. So beautiful.
Man.
It was so beautiful Saturday night, man.
Yeah,
and tell about his fair play. Do you know how many eyes that man? Has poked?
Yeah.
And for him to go out.
Yeah,
like
he went
that.
out like
that.
It's
so sweet. So sweet. Just poetic justice.
I just feel like they put on a good fight, and for it to go out like that, it kind of left a question mark over the whole fight. But they're not gonna run it back. Francis is already in the next line for the title shot, and John Jones saying he going to heavyweight. So we don't know what's going on with him in the light heavyweight division right now.
He did more than say. He relinquished his title, man.
Yeah, but we really don't know what's going on because the way Dana White was saying, they really don't know what they're doing with the light heavyweight division at this point. So him saying that he's going to heavyweight, are you really going to heavyweight? Because if you're really going to heavyweight, it's other people in the light heavyweight division that they can go ahead and bump up, move up, and get you out of the way. So they waiting on that. But
that's what I'm saying. They don't have to. He vacated his title. He did that today.
Today?
Yeah,
he did it today.
He vacated the title, B.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Then I didn't see that. Well, that'll work then. So, all right. So he vacated the title. He going up, and but he not getting a title shot next. That's for sure. Francis already been putting in his work to get that title shot, so he getting that title shot next. And I guess they probably gonna market it away to where John Jones get the winner, and that's gonna be a good fight. Either way, either one of them. John Jones already wanted to fight Francis Ngannou anyway.
John Jones wants a Brinks truck. So either the UFC is going to meet his demands or he is going to try other avenues. I don't know the parameters of his deal with the UFC. I think Dana White mentioned recently that he just signed a new one. So it's probably no way he's going to end up fighting at heavyweight UFC. But it's going to be they're going to go back to the table about their cash because I'm sure the deal didn't have him going to heavyweight in it.
No, nah. And on top of that too, the reason why they fell out is because Francis Ngannou, that fight with John Jones was supposed to happen at heavyweight, and John Jones wanted more money to fight him. So let's just say, for instance, Francis beat Miocic for the heavyweight title, right? And then John Jones fight the winner.
Yeah.
Then he gonna have to get more money because he wanted more money to fight Francis when it was a non-title bout. So John Jones gonna have pretty much all the leverage at that point to get more money. So I don't really think money gonna be a problem. I think it's gonna figure itself out. I think fate is gonna have a way to play into it, and it's gonna work itself out.
Hopefully they do, man. I like to watch John Jones whenever he can make his way to the ring. Just getting to the ring is the toughest part for that guy, man.
I know, man. Just making it to the ring, staying out of trouble is always his issue, bro. So let's end it on we're gonna end it with Paige VanZant. She signed a deal with Bad Knuckle Championship. You know, she was one of the pretty faces coming out of the women's MMA. A lot of people were surprised because, you know, I think she did Dancing with the Stars or some stuff like that. A lot of people know her. Everybody was surprised that she went that route, you know, after her contract went up with the UFC. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
He basically going to the big three of MMA, huh?
Yeah, man, and it's a little bit more brutal.
So you got the NBA, you got the D League, and you got the big three.
Yep.
You got UFC. You got what's the other MMA league?
You got Bellator.
Bellator. Bare Knuckle, the big three.
Bad Knuckle is turned into the graveyard of MMA, bro. So we'll see how it go, man, and we'll see how that play out, and hopefully, man, she do well. I wish everybody the best, but you know, I'm interested to see how it work out.
It's always good to talk to you, my brother. I've enjoyed it.
You already know.
Look, man, until next time, bro, this has been the Hurt Business with JB and CP. Peace.